Part 62. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 611. Su Chen came out with the cargo ship of Fenjiun firm, and after arriving at the transfer station, he was pulled by Guyao and Qi Changjai to the current ship, and he didn't know where the destination was. "Where are we going next?" He looked at the starry sky outside. It was magnificent but full of deadly danger. However, such a big force as Fenjiun Commercial Bank has developed many relatively safe routes. Otherwise, he also didn't dare to leave the boundary of Piaoxiu Immortal Palace rashly. "This spaceship is going to Xianhuan Xianyu, and we will see the situation after we arrive there." Guyao took out a crystal ball. Su Chen looked back and was attracted. Guyao explained, "This is sent by Luoyang Demon Lord. Give us a map of fairy demons." Su Chen's eyes were full of amazement. Guyao and Qi Changjai were the same when they saw it for the first time. Although there are still many places in this map that were not marked, the maps obtained before were compared to this one. Was thrown out of several universes. This kind of three-dimensional map is more intuitive than the plain one. The Snow Immortal Palace where they are located and the former Donglan City are located on the edge of this spherical map. Whether it is Donglan City or Zhangzhong City, they are all land with relatively small areas. On this map, some of the land areas are very likely to exceed the spiritual world they came from. According to Demon Lord Luoyang, the brighter these places are, the stronger the immortal energy will be. If you look at the place in front, it is the location of the entire Xianhuan Xianhua Palace, which is different from the Piaoxiu Xian Palace. It is guarded by the Immortal Emperor. Here, the place where Xianhuan Xianyu and Huangji Xianyu meet is the famous Void Beast battlefield. Xianhuan Palace and Huangji Palace are both very powerful forces in Xianja, and they are also the main forces guarding the Void Beast battlefield. Strength. Su Chen could see at a glance that the Xianhuan Xianyu and Huangji Xianyu are very large. Compared with them, the area of Piaoxiu Immortal Palace seems to be only a corner of the crack. It is the first time to see such a map. It makes people feel emotional, but he has more important things, is the darker part of this place in the devil world. Guyao and Qi Changjai looked at each other and both laughed. Sure enough, Su Chen was the one who couldn't wait to speak first. Seeing Su Chen staring at him, Guyao quickly replied, "Yes, that's the upper demon realm, and there is also a battle with the Void Beast. There are also forces guarding the places where they meet, including the demon world. The monks at the level of Luoyang and Husu are different from those in the middle and bottom layers. They know more about the fairy world. Although they ate and drank during that time, Guyao and Qi Changjai really knew a lot from them. Diving into this vast immortal world, perhaps for hundreds of years, you may not find the right direction and get lost in it." Su Chen rolled his eyes a few times and guessed, "So, you two want to borrow from Xianbao Xianyu to go to the Void Beast battlefield? Is this too crazy? If you think about it, you can also know that in the Void Beast battlefield, if you enter the level of Earth Immortal, you can only act as cannon fodder. Maybe heavenly immortals are the main combat power, and Immortal Emperor Immortal is not uncommon, so two little Earth Immortals enter, even a little splash. It can't be lifted, and it will be swallowed up by this battlefield at any time." Qi Changjai said lightly, "As long as there are Void Beasts with Earth-level strength, there will be places where Earth Immortals can exert their combat power. If you are afraid of death, we will drop you halfway." Su Chen pointed at Qi Changjai and couldn't speak. "Is this still human?" Guyao gave Qi Changjai a wink, "Stop irritating Su Chen," and reassured, "Senior, we don't know how much work it will take to get there, maybe there will be other twists and turns, we can't go for the time being, but no matter what. Anyway, it is better for the seniors to hurry up to improve their strength and break through as soon as possible." Su Chen wiped his face hard. He used to be a senior, but now Guyao said that senior has a sense of shame. Among the three, he is still in the stage of human beings and immortals, not to mention the void beast battlefield, just anywhere, his cultivation is also facing numerous dangers. Okay, I know, I'll go to retreat. But before retreating, you have to tell me, have you heard the news from that Luoyang demon lord? Gu Yao nodded. Luoyang demon lord vaguely heard others mention the master's situation. I believe that there will be more chances to meet the master in the void beast battlefield. Okay, I'll go to retreat now. Seeing that Su Chen really felt relieved and went to retreat, Qi Changjai transmitted a voice to Gu Yao. Why don't you say that the master has been spotted by a female devil, maybe he has already been captured in the harem. Gu Yao was speechless. With this stimulation, senior can still close the gate? And you can't curse master like this. To be honest, Su Chen couldn't become an earth immortal without breaking through, and they didn't dare to take Su Chen to the void beast battlefield, and would use it as a destination. One of them is that fighting is the best way to sharpen and improve strength. Void beast battleground, there will always be a lot of battles. Second, there is enough chaos there, and there are countless masters. The unknown immortals who want to attack them behind the scenes. This method does not work in the void beast battlefield. And there are countless monks there, and it is not easy to find them there. In the final analysis, they still urgently need to improve their strength, and dodging is never the best way. Although the spaceship they are currently riding is not from Fenjiun commercial firm, but it was also introduced to them by Fenjiun commercial firm. The three people's shipping fee has emptied most of their savings. This is still in the case of Donglan City making a fortune, so their net worth is not rich enough. It is very difficult to even go out, or it is very strong, like Luoyang Demon Lord, you can ignore most of the dangerous areas in the starry sky with your physical body. After the demise of the four major families, the property they left behind were naturally divided up. Although Gu Yao and Qi Changjai only took a small part of it, they were still very impressive. In addition to the immortal stone, Gu Yao also got a lot of immortals. Cao, this is because his identity as an alchemist has long been exposed, and City Lord Chiao is also happy to be a smooth human, and choose some high-quality immortal grass. Although Donglan City is located in a remote location, it has to be said that because it is close to the Ascension Pond, the quality of the fairy grass cultivated there is quite good. Su Chen was in retreat, Gu Yao opened the furnace to make alchemy, and Qi Changjai protected the law for them. The spaceship is large enough, and there are thousands of monks on board, so over time, there are also trading places spontaneously formed by monks on the spaceship to exchange items that they do not need. In addition to alchemy, I heard that there is such a place, and Gu Yao and Qi Changjai also went out with interest. The spaceship has 5 floors, and this temporary trading place is placed on the 5th floor. As soon as they came out of the stairs, they saw many monks gathered here, which is equivalent to an activity center. With their breath alone, they could sense that there were many heavenly immortals in the crowd. Of course, the earthly immortals still accounted for the majority. After all, it was not that easy to advance. But in the early stage of Earth immortal like Gu Yao, it was really weak. Some people noticed the aura on his body and cast curious eyes. Most of the people who dared to come out of this cultivation level were young masters who did not lack immortal stones. Otherwise, they would rely on themselves. It is easier said than done to earn this shipping fee. Gu Yao glanced at it. Although there are so many immortals, but those immortals are clearly brought out by their elders to open their eyes, and their elders are not weak, so although they are in the low-level immortals, there is no expression on their faces. The cowardly look, on the contrary, revealed a faint arrogance. There were a few earth immortals sitting in the tea house beside them, and they could see the scene on the 5th floor at a glance. A few people held their chins and chatted to pass the time. Have you heard about the relics of Jingyu in the world of Biaoxiu Immortal Palace? Of course I heard it. Even the monks in the demon world have appeared. I heard that Immortal Emperor Yu Heng also appeared. It is possible that such a big movement has not been heard at all. Actually, that's not what I'm talking about, he said. I heard that Immortal Emperor Yuheng recognized 2 Earth Immortal descendants on the spot and gave away 2 middle-grade Immortal artifacts. Are you not curious about these 2 Earth Immortals? I really want to meet them and see what's special about them. Another person sneered and said, you haven't seen them, they are standing in front of you, and you can't recognize them. I heard that Immortal Emperor Yuheng spent most of his time on the Void Beast battlefield, and later he broke through to become an Immortal Emperor on the battlefield. Why don't we go to the Void Beast battlefield, maybe we can meet there. Immortal Emperor Yuheng, one person said eagerly. I know that you are an admirer of Immortal Emperor Yuheng, but do you think the Void Beast battlefield is so good? For monks who go there, it is a very good result that 2 or 3 of 10 people can survive hit the road. How do you know the result if you don't try it? Besides, there is no one who doesn't take risks on the road of cultivation. Even this starry sky has buried many monks' lives. Not only this, Guyao and Qi Changjai walked all the way and found that many people were talking about the Jingyu ruins and the various powerhouses that came from it. As Su Chen said, he and Qi Changjai really became celebrities. Immortal Emperor Yuheng would inevitably bring them out, and there was also the effect of Luo Yang and Hu Su. The two looked at each other and felt helpless. This kind of fame that did not match his strength was actually there is no benefit at all. After seeing a few barter booths, although there are fairy grasses from Guyaoxin Shui, he found that he can't bring out the items that others need, especially the stall owner is still a fairy. What can he come up with to make a fairy? Something exciting? Why don't we set up a booth too? Heavenly Immortals don't like it, and Earth Immortals still need Earth-level elixir, Qi Changjai said after looking around. Okay, let's set up a stall. There are not many Immortal stones left on the body. On the way to the Void Beast battlefield, there is no shortage of Immortal stones, and Immortal grass needs to be replenished constantly. The two paid a fee and rented a temporary booth. Guyao placed a row of pill bottles with the pill name written on them, and the two sat waiting for the guests to come. Next to them was a stall set up by an angel, and Guyao was particularly envious of the Yin's Huangzianzi on his stall. A rare treasure, used to refine Yinzi elixir, which can help Earth Immortals cross a small order. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 612. This Immortal is middle-aged. Originally, his eyes were slightly closed, but because of the movement next to him, he opened his eyes and glanced with interest. Little friend is an elixir master? Otherwise, I can't bring out so many elixir. I have the Silver Frost Immortal Qi here. No one came to see the elixir, so Guyao also said frankly, yes, Yin's Huangzianzi is an important main medicine of the Yinzi elixir. Although it is only an earth-level fairy grass, it is not easy to cultivate, so when you see it, you will inevitably see a hunter's heart. Happiness. Haha, you are frank, so let's take out the equivalent medicinal pill. This Xianzi belongs to you. The middle-aged Tianxian didn't care about the items he wanted to exchange, and pointed to the pill in front of Guyao and the others. The bottle said. Guyao suddenly said, thank you, Senior thinks that these 2 bottles of medicinal herbs may be worth Xianzi. The middle-aged Tianxian took the pill bottle and didn't care at first. This Silver Frost Immortal Ji was useless for a monk of his level, but he came out to set up a stall after being bored on the spaceship. At this time, he saw these pills are all high-grade pills, even though they are only Earth level, but they also gave Guyao a high look. To be able to have such pills, it can be seen that they are not from ordinary loose cultivators, but have inheritance. Yes, I have accepted this elixir. Little friend will continue to work hard, and when you become a heaven-level elixir master, I will find you to refine the elixir. Okay, Guyao replied with a sigh, but the middle-aged Tianxian just encouraged him casually, but seeing that Guyao deserved to be serious, he couldn't help but be surprised. This little friend who felt that the promotion was as simple as eating and drinking, couldn't help laughing in his heart. A few Earth Immortals in the opposite tea house also found the trade item Yin's Huang Xianzi, that is Yin's Huang Xianzi. I thought there would not be anything particularly good here, why did I miss this Xianzi before? Oops, hurry down and see if you can change it from that cultivator. A few people rushed down. Guyao and Qi Changjai's stall was no longer a situation where no one cared. Just because the angel next door opened up, it also made others realize that the quality of the elixir sold by Guyao is good, etc. After checking it again, after learning that it can be traded with immortal stones or immortal grass, I can't help but drop the immortal stones. After a while, most of the medicinal pills that Guyao put out were sold, and the few Earth Immortals rushed to the side and said without thinking, "We have packed all the medicinal pills here. As long as you put the silver Shuangzi and Z will be traded for us." The cultivator who was about to attack them looked at them like a fool. Although the elixir is only at the prefecture level, there is no shortage of people to buy it, so where do you need someone else to wrap it up? At first glance, there is no shortage of immortal stones, and if they are stupid, they will let Yin's Huang Xianzi out. Let me go, if you don't want to buy the elixir, let me go. We still have to buy it. Qi Changjai looked at these people coldly. You don't have to buy it. Some people buy it. If you have nothing else, please get out of the way. Do you know who we are? Dixian, who took the lead, said angrily. Yes, do you think Yanzi elixir is so easy to refine? It's a waste to put it in your hands. Do you really think that you are a genius in alchemy? That's right, it's just the early stage of Earth Immortal, and I dare to make Yin's Huang Xianzi's idea. The other party was not polite, and attacked Guyao and Qi Changjai with words, trying to force Guyao to hand over Xianzi. There were people who recognized the identities of these immortals. They are from the Yu family in Yukong Cheng. No wonder, the Yu family's alchemy skills are famous far and wide, and this immortal will not be wasted when they are in their hands. Hey, how do you know that other people have no background, and this Xianzi will definitely be wasted? That's right, why do they have to let them go? Is the Yu family in Yukong Cheng so bullying? Guyaonayo didn't ignore them. If so, we'll take it back. Wait, we want it? The cultivator, who has seen the quality of medicinal pills for a long time, quickly dropped the immortal stone and grabbed the immortal pill. After 3 or 2 efforts, all the medicinal pills on the stall were sold out. Guyao ignored the angry gazes of the few Earth Immortals, harassed the heavenly immortals next to him, and then closed the stall in front of them and left. The Yu family headed by them were so angry that they almost took a breath, knowing their identities and ignoring them so much. If you have the ability, tell us who you are. Qi Changjai glanced back, his eyes flashed with lightning, and the Yu family suddenly felt very dazzling, and the moment was so sharp that he couldn't help but look away. Guyao turned back and chuckled, when I'm stupid, tell you guys and then let you grab Xianzi. Maybe I'll even report to my elders. The others laughed when they heard it. Although the Yu family in Yukangchinj was amazing, most of the monks on the spaceship were not from Yukangchinj, so the Yu family couldn't control them, and the Yu family members were laughing so hard. The cigarette almost lit the whole person. And Tianxian, who gave Yin's Huang Xianzi to Guyao, smiled in the direction where Guyao and Qi Changjai left. These two little friends are really interesting. In the next few days, Guyao did not go to the 5th floor to set up a stall, which disappointed the monks waiting there, so someone found his cabin and came to ask for pills. Although he didn't set up a stall anymore, Guyao did not refuse anyone who came to the door, and learned a little about Yukangchinj's situation through the mouths of these people. The spaceship will be docked in Yukang City for a few days. I think the Yu family members are not broad-minded. If you enter the city, you too should be careful. This Yukang City is also quite famous in this area. The reason why it is called Yukang City is because there are 2 big clans in the city, one is the Yu family and the other is the Kong family. There are many merchant ships. I see, thank you, fellow deist. Guyao politely sent away the cultivator who asked for pills. Chi Changjai rubbed his chin and said, it seems that the Yu family's status is not low. Depending on Su Chen's situation, we may have to stay in Yukang City for a while. During this period of time, they did not put Su Chen in retreat aside. Judging from the news from his room, it was not far from a breakthrough, so they probably had to wait for Su Chen to break through the calamity in Yukang City before they could leave. Guyao nodded and said, Senior is the most important thing to break through the calamity, and those few people are not a problem. Chi Changjai also smiled. Those Earth Immortals, the ones with the highest cultivation base, were only in the Middle Earth Immortal stage, and they really did not pose a threat to them. Even if they brought their elders, would they still passively wait for others to come? Guyao took out the Yin's Huangzianzi and played with it fondly for a while. If you enter Yukang City, you will be refining this medicinal herb. If you are refining it here, there will be a lot of movement. The aroma emitted by the Yinzi elixir when it becomes an elixir will leak out even if it is blocked by a formation. It is better to wait for Yukang City to make more arrangements. The space on the spacecraft is really limited. Those Yu family members really wanted to inquire about Guyao's situation, but apart from knowing that Guyao was an alchemist, they didn't know anything about it. This is the identity of an alchemist, which was also revealed by Guyao himself. But precisely because they couldn't find out, they became more and more convinced that the two were cultivators with little background. When they arrived at the boundary of Yukang City, it was not the Yu family who had the final say. After flicking a lot of immortal stones, Su Chen finally exited the customs on the eve of the spaceship docking at Yukang City. From his breath, he knew that he could find a place to prepare for the promotion, so they had to enter Yukang City. Su Chen breathed a sigh of relief in his heart. If he didn't break through, he would be embarrassed. As for whether he could successfully survive the calamity, he didn't think he had the possibility of failure. The spaceship landed, and the three of them got out of the cabin and got off the spaceship with the others. Su Chen has been in seclusion since he got on the boat, and he couldn't take a good turn, so now he looks around, and this look shows that something is wrong. Xiaoao, what's the matter? There's a guy staring at us with hostile eyes. Could it be that you got into trouble when I was in retreat? Look, you can't be without me. Chi Changjai sneered, don't put gold on your face. Guyao didn't know whether to laugh or cry, and explained the whole thing. Now it was Su Chen's turn to laugh. It's not just a silver frost Xianzi, it's all in our hands, there's no reason to go out again, this family is difficult. Can't we take advantage of the power? Su Chen still didn't know the existence of the alchemy book, but he also read a lot of alchemy books in the Piaoxiu Immortal Palace's alchemy hall. Of course he knew the importance of Yin's Huangzianzi, and they were not strong. If you robbed it, how can you give in? Yu Yubo, who took the lead, sneered, how courageous. To dare to enter Yukang City, the young master wants them to know that in the boundary of Yukang City, they don't want to have a good life. The young master is not someone who lacks Yinzi elixir, but he can't swallow this breath. As soon as they saw them, they knew they were foreign cultivators. Yubo can rest assured that when they reach our realm, it is impossible to run out of our palms. The monks who disembarked together saw the appearance of these people and said unhappily, when did the juniors of the Yu family respect me so much that they didn't take others seriously? The ancestors of the Yu family were only in the early stage of Xianjun, right? What is this Yukong Cheng? I remember that the ancestors of the Yu family lost their alchemy skills to a loose alchemist, but it's only been a few thousand years, and all the family members thought it didn't exist. I thought that after that incident, you the family will be more restrained. Hey, it's such a shame to lose to a loose alchemist. Will the Yu family go to publicize this? You have to ask the juniors of the Yu family, and surely none of them know about it. The Yu family didn't hear it, but Guyao and the others listened a few words, and some doubted whether they were talking about their master, but they also thought about the greatness of this fairyland. I will definitely not lose to master. The Yu family watched Guyao and the others disembark, and wanted to follow in secret, but in a blink of an eye, the three of them merged into the crowd. Lost a trace, they jumped in anger. There happened to be another group of people at the port, and they raised their eyebrows when they saw Yu Yubo. This Yu Yubo is back, why doesn't he look like An Sheng when he comes back, what are they doing? It seems that they are looking for someone. It is estimated that they have caused some trouble on the spacecraft. Don't worry about them. Big Brother is waiting there. Let's hurry over there. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 613. Kong Minghao pouted and said, Yu Yubo is coming back at this time to open the secret realm in half a year, otherwise it will be based on what he has caused before, not to mention assigning him for 10 or 8 years, even 50 years and 100 years will not do anything for you. Yes. Just like that, the Yu family is not willing to treat this guy badly, the secret realm is about to open, and they hurriedly called people back. Kong Mingcheng said, since you know it, don't say more. If you want to teach him a lesson, when you enter the secret realm, there are chances, but you have to grab a place to enter the secret realm first. Kong Minghao is quiet now, the quota is not so easy to grab, but it is not necessarily, if Yu Yubo can grab it, he is screened, doesn't it mean that he is worse than Yu Yubo? That doesn't work. They waited left and right at the port, and didn't wait for the big brother to get off the spaceship. Wasn't it this time? No, it was said in the communication that this was the spaceship. At this moment, a middle-aged cultivator stopped in front of them. The brothers were stunned for a moment, but Kong Mingcheng tentatively called out, Big brother. Haha, it's me, let's go back to the middle-aged cultivator and laugh. If Guyao and Qi Changjai are still here, they will find out that this middle-aged cultivator is not the one who traded Yin's Huangzianzi to them. Angel. Kong Minghao looked at him for a long time, but he didn't see any sign of his eldest brother. Big brother fools people again, why do you look like this? He is obviously a handsome man, and now he looks like this, it's hard to find it in the crowd. Come out. The middle-aged cultivator didn't care, is this bad? But brother, I think it's the best, can you still go? Come on. Kong Minghao quickly followed. After the three of Guyao found a place to live, they started looking for a place to transcend the calamity, and they had no time to care about the various things in Yukongcheng. A month later, in the northwest mountain range of Yukang City, Su Chen ushered in his Earth Immortal tribulation and rumbled for several days. In places like Yukang City, the Earth Immortal tribulation is still very common, so it did not attract many people to come to watch, and with Guyao and Qi Changjai protecting him, it was very smooth. Su Chen, who had crossed the calamity, finally got rid of the stage of immortals and entered the stage of cultivation with Guyao and Qi Changjai. After consolidating his cultivation a little, he and Guyao left the place of transcending the calamity. A temporary cave was opened in a remote mountain range. Immortal formations and bands protected this temporary cave layer by layer. Guyao didn't want to delay and decided to refine the Yinzi elixir as soon as possible. I'm here to fight you, Su Chen said positively. Guyao nodded, then I have a better grasp. Compassionate with Yin's Huangzianzi, he repeatedly deduced the entire alchemy process in his mind to ensure a successful one, but he didn't want to waste this Xianzi, it was not so lucky to come across it every time. When Guyao opened the furnace to make pills, Su Chen's expression also became serious. Thanks to Guyao's habit of collecting immortal grass, the auxiliary materials for this immortal pill can be found in his space, otherwise he would have to go to the market. A trip. Just when Guyao and Su Chen were refining Yinzi immortal pill, Yu Yubo was furious. As soon as he returned to Yu's house, he complained to the elders of Yu's parents, saying that he saw Yin's Huang Immortal Ji and wanted to buy it back for his mother. But was robbed halfway. Even if he reported the name of the Yu family, he did not give the Yu family any face. Yu Yubo's mother belonged to the Yu family, and his father was considered a member of Yu's family. Yu Yubo only had a son under his lap, so he loved him very much since he was a child. He knew that his son wanted to honor him and was taken away by other monks, so he was naturally unwilling to give up. So he sent some people to Yu Yubo and asked him to find this person. As a result, Yu Yubo searched the city for more than a month, but couldn't find any clues about the two. "Mother, do they know that it's our Yu family that they're messing with, so they're scared, and they'll keep being a tortoise?" Apart from hiding, Yu Yubo couldn't figure out how he couldn't find anyone in his own land. Or is it that the Kong family is guarded and deliberately against me, Yu Yubo? Yu Yubo certainly has his own thoughts about the Yin's Huang Immortal Ji. With his alchemy skills, most of the Yin's Huang Immortal Ji will be wasted, but in the hands of his mother, he will definitely be able to make the Yin Zi Immortal Pill. He may have less of it, maybe he can break through the middle stage of the Earth Immortal and become the late stage of the Earth Immortal with this elixir, and see who dares to laugh at him. Besides, he is about to enter the secret realm. His strength increases by 1 point, and he can gain a little more in the secret realm. He can also take the opportunity to teach those few things that are not long-sighted. For the sake of it, I can't say anything more about him, but he has made a contribution to the Yu family. Yu Lan frowned and said, "Let's put this matter aside for now. It's important to prepare to enter the secret realm first. My mother has prepared other medicinal herbs for you. You can improve your cultivation base. As for the Yin's Huang Xianzi, as long as no one leaves you, Kong Cheng can always be found one day." If she had enough time, of course she could let her son fool around, but there is not much time at the moment, so there is no need to waste it. After getting the Yin's Huang Immortal Ji, she also made Yin Zi Immortal pills for her son, although the effects of other immortal pills were better than those of Yin Zi. The elixir is a little short, but the Yu family is not short of this medicine. "Okay, I'll listen to my mother." Yu Yubo deserved it face to face, but he turned around and handed over the matter of finding someone to his subordinates. No one could stop him from doing what he wanted to do, so he just relied on the face-to-face ignorance and humiliation on the spacecraft. You can make Yu Yubo hate him for a lifetime. In the temporary cave, Gu Yao and Su Chen laughed when they looked at the 9 elixir in the pill furnace. The silver elixir became a silver elixir, which seemed to be full of mysterious aura. Gu Yao took out 2 of them. One of the top-grade pills was given to Qi Changjai, and the other was swallowed by himself. The 3 of them retreated in this temporary cave for a while. There is no shortage of elixir to consolidate Su Chen's cultivation, so the 3 of them are refining elixir. In a blink of an eye, more than 10 days have passed, and the breath of Qi Changjai who wakes up has obviously risen again, and they are promoted to the late stage of Earth Immortal. Yao also advanced to the middle stage of Earth Immortal after refining the medicinal power. Su Chen looked at it and became jealous again. "This Yin Zi elixir is really famous, no wonder that boy from the Yu family is going to rob you of Yin's Huang Xianzi, to let him know that you have made the best elixir, but you can't do it." Spitting up blood. Not to mention the top-grade pill, the Yin Zi elixir of middle grade and top grade is also very effective, which is rare, otherwise Gu Yao and Qi Changjai would not be able to greatly improve with this top-grade pill. Gu Yao was in a very good mood. "Don't be jealous, there is a top-grade pill here, you can keep it, senior, and see when you take it." Although the effect of Yin Zi elixir is good, it is only effective when taking it for the first time. They were also lucky this time, and they produced 3 top-grade pills in one pot, one for each person. Of course, Su Chen accepted it unceremoniously. His consciousness was not as perverted as Gu Yao's. Even if he got Yin's Huang Xianzi, he might not be able to make the best pill. The 3 put away the formation and went out of the cave. Despite the layers of defenses, there were still a few traces of Dangxiang leaking out, so they attracted the nearby immortal beasts, but the place they picked was relatively thin, and the immortal beasts nearby were relatively thin. The levels are not too high, and as soon as Guyao and the others let go of their breath, they dissipate. Sure enough, it's the same as what it said in the book. Fortunately, I didn't refine this elixir on the spaceship, otherwise, with his cultivation, being able to refine the Yinzi elixir would be very prominent in the eyes of others, and it would be strange if he didn't pay attention. Su Chen also knew about the pill book, and was quite interested in the pill book. I don't know where the second volume is, if only I could find it. He was looking forward to Guyao. Is a half volume still far away? Luck is such an elusive thing sometimes. The three laughed and left this remote area and flew to the monks' settlement. Because of what happened on the spaceship, they had many hearts and went to the boundary of the Kong family. This place is really special. As soon as you enter the settlement, you will feel that the fire attribute is particularly strong, which is very suitable for the refiner to live and practice. The three of them are not repelled by such an environment, and they adapt well. When I arrived at the restaurant in the prosperous area, I just heard the monks in the lobby talking about a major event in Yukang City. The three of them came to Yukang City for the first time, otherwise they would have discovered that many unfamiliar faces had come to Yukang City during this time. All of them came from nearby, just for the secret realm that Yukang City opened every 500 years. This secret realm was discovered by the ancestors of the Yukang family. Since then, the rules have been set. Every 500 years, each of the two families sends 100 monks to enter the secret realm for trials. I heard that the secret realm is special. Very, very beneficial to the alchemist and equipment master. So there is such a rule? It seems that the development of the Kong family is indeed not as good as that of the Yu family. Otherwise, how can the Yu family be overwhelmed? What's the situation with these two families? We are new here and don't know much about the situation, a monk asked curiously. Some enthusiastic cultivators explained to them, don't say what's far away, just say it's close. This Kong family has a very talented junior who has gone wrong. He gathered 5 materials and asked Yu Lan of the Yu family to refine it. Alchemist Yu Lan is a heaven-level alchemist, and refining the earth-level elixir must be easy to grasp, but I didn't expect that something went wrong, and finally checked it out. What do you think? What's the matter? Master Yu Lan didn't agree. I didn't agree. I agreed to let the Kong family go to get the medicinal pills after a while, but I would have thought that Yu Lan would turn around and leave this matter behind. The 5 sets of materials were missing, and they were traced. The result was that her son Yu Yubo stole it to make alchemy, but all 5 sets of materials were discarded, which made the Kong family angry. More trouble. Yu Yubo, I know that a junior in the Yu family has a big temper. When such a big thing happened, Yu Yubo was just sent to other places, and he came back after only 5 or 6 years. Does the family take it seriously? This Yu Yubo didn't stop when he came back. I heard that just after he came back, he asked the Yu family to search around for a cultivator, and there was a lot of trouble. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 614. After listening to the gossip downstairs, Su Chen looked at Guyao and Qi Changjai, and said, the guy you offended is not the Yu Yubo they said, right? Guyao also felt that the number was right. It's very likely. Didn't you just come back from outside? If that's the case, we'll be in trouble again. Look at this guy named Yu Yubo, he's not low in the Yu family. If something happened to the Yu family, Yu Yubo secretly used the materials designated by others to make alchemy for his mother, the responsibility would be entirely on the Yu family, but he would return after 5 years. Such punishment can be said to be trivial. It's like going out for a tour. From their gossip, it can be heard that there is only one immortal monarch in the Yukang family in the early stage, so Yu's mother's status as a heaven-level alchemist is considered high. Then what should I do? Su Chen asked again, but he couldn't see how worried he was in his eyes. He clearly wanted to make a mess. Chi Changjai glanced at him and said, let's clarify the whole thing first. For example, the question of the number of places in the secret realm. The gossip information in the lobby was too fragmented, and they didn't get more specific information. Just hearing that they were arguing for the Kong family, Gu Yao didn't understand. Also, with the Xianjun in the early days, how could the Yu family still be able to overwhelm the Kong family? The three of them had a full meal and left for the time being to see if there was any other place in the city to inquire about the news. On the way, they passed a high Baoxuan, which is not small in scale, but also very stylish. It is a store specializing in fairy artifacts and refining materials. Don't think that it should belong to the Kong family's industry. The three did not plan to buy new fairy artifacts. Turning to leave, a guy walked up to them. The three fellow deists stay, my son is invited. Su Chen was surprised, who is your son? Do we recognize him? The guy smiled and pointed up, my son is upstairs. The three followed his fingers and looked upstairs. Someone was sticking out the upstairs window to greet them. Gu Yao and Chi Changjai flashed strange colors in their eyes. This person was not the middle-aged angel who traded with them. Well, is he the Kong family? But he was not recognized as the Kong family at the time, otherwise the Yu family should have called it out. Gu Yao and Chi Changjai looked at each other, and at the same time thought that if they can change their appearance, others can do the same, so they nodded and said, okay, please lead the way. Okay, the three please come in. The guy led the three of them upstairs. The middle-aged cultivator was waiting at the entrance of the stairs, and smiled when they met. Three little friends, farewell on the spaceship. I didn't expect to meet you here, please chat with the distinguished guests. Okay, senior please. The middle-aged cultivator led them into the room where the guests were entertained. The second floor was also a showroom, and the level of the fairy artifacts on display was naturally higher than that on the first floor. Just glanced at them and felt that they would be blinded by the light of these fairy artifacts. Blindfolded, it is not a low-grade top-level fairy, or a middle-grade fairy. Just for these fairy weapons, Yukang City is indeed much richer than Donglan City and Zhangzhou City. Even if the Kong family is crushed by the Yu family, it is not something that ordinary cultivators can despise. The guy brought the immortal tea and immortal fruit and backed out. The middle-aged cultivator looked at them with a smile, and introduced himself, my surname is Kong, and my name is Ming Song. The master of the Kong family is my father, and I will do it. It turns out that the senior is the eldest son of Kong, because we have eyes but don't know Mount Tai. The straight-to-the-point identity surprised the three of Gu Yao, and Su Chen looked at the eldest son of Kong with shining eyes. Kong Ming Song laughed, and the immortal energy on his body fluctuated for a while, and he became a living person. Su Chen was surprised. Senior has already returned to his own realm, how can he still use such a face? Why is the beautiful young master in front of him attracting attention? Kong Ming Song smiled and said, I have been walking outside for many years, and I haven't returned for many years. I won't come back, and I am used to using that image. It's the three little friends. I have grown a lot, so I still underestimated Xiao's alchemy skills. Of course he knew Yu Yubo's actions, but it was not easy for others to hide them. Today, I was upstairs and glanced outside unintentionally, and I saw that the person Yu Yubo was looking for was walking struttingly on the boundary of their Kong family. For a while, I couldn't help crying. Deal with? But if he took a closer look, Kong Ming Song knew that when he was on the spaceship, he underestimated the alchemy skills of Gu Yao, the alchemist. Just looking at his and Chi Changjai's cultivation base, Kong Ming Song knew that the Yin's Huangzian Z was already after using it, and the grade of the Yin Z elixir that has been refined will definitely not be low, otherwise it will not be a short period of time, and he and Chi Changjai have both jumped a small step. It was this discovery that made Kang Ming Song transmit his voice to the guys below and invited the three to come up. Where, it's just a fluke, Gu Yao said modestly. I would like to thank Senior Yin's Huangzianzi, otherwise. Our cultivation base is still at the original stage. This is equivalent to directly acknowledging his own alchemy. Kang Ming Song's eyes lit up, remembering how the ancestors of the Yu family were defeated by foreign alchemists in the early years. Gu Yao's cultivation base is still low now, otherwise, the situation of the ancestors of the Yu family will reappear in the descendants of the Yu family. Bar. Thinking of Yu's house, Kang Ming Song thought of the secret realm that was about to be opened, and was about to speak, when there were footsteps outside, and the voice sounded before anyone arrived. Brother, I heard that you are entertaining guests. We're in. As soon as he finished speaking, two young monks pushed open the door and came in. Kang Ming Song shook his head and sighed, pointing to the two reckless younger brothers and said, These are my two younger brothers. Although they are comparable to yours, they are far less stable than yours. Ming Chang, Ming Hao, I've seen the friends that big brother met on the spaceship. Having said this, Kang Ming Song looked at the three of Gu Yao again, because he didn't know what the three of them were called. He thought it was just a chance encounter, but he didn't expect there would be a chance to meet. Su Chen just introduced, my surname is Chen, and these are my two junior brothers, Junior Brother Gu and Junior Brother Yet. Gu Yao and Qi Changjai both twitched. No wonder this guy was rushing to introduce, so he wanted to take advantage of this word. Kang Ming Songdian was different, because he knew that before he came to Yukang City, Su Chen was clearly still at the peak of the Immortals, so this identity was really okay. Kang Ming Hao was blunt and blurted out, your brother's cultivation is weaker than the two brothers. Su Chen black line. Without being so short-sighted, he gritted his teeth and said, that's because I started early, and the divisions are sorted according to the time of entry. Kang Ming Song couldn't help laughing. Just by looking at Gu Yao and Qi Changjai's expressions, he knew that Su Chen had grabbed the title of senior brother himself, but it could be seen that the three of them had a very good relationship. Seeing that Kang Ming Hao still had something to ask, Kang Ming Song quickly said, okay Ming Hao, some teachers have their own rules, so don't be rude to fellow Daoist Chen. Kang Ming in the back was more stable, and the three of them held their fists and Su Chen to greet each other one by one, and the three of them returned the salute. After being seated again, Kang Ming Song asked, what's the matter with you coming to see Big Brother? Big Brother, Kang Ming Hao glanced at Su Chen and the three of them, wondering if he should say something. Kang Ming Song motioned him to continue, so he said, the Yu family is deceiving people too much. Do we Kang family really want to give in to them step by step? Sooner or later this Yu Kang Cheng has to be renamed Yuchen. Su Chen asked curiously, is it about the secret realm quota? We listened outside and were confused. How did the Yu family bully your Kang family? Although Kang Ming Cheng didn't know the origins of these three people, he saw that the elder brother attached great importance to them, and he always admired the elder brother, so he took the initiative to explain the current situation, and Su Chen listened to the story with great interest. At first, the quota was the same as the gossip they had heard. Each of the Yukong family had 100 quotas to enter the secret realm for trials. However, during a Star Beast riot 1,000 years ago, the ancestor of the Kong family was injured to protect Yukong City. Although the Kong family thought of a lot of ways to retreat and recuperate, they were unable to buy the healing medicine they needed, and relying only on the natural treasures they found had limited effects and could not be cured. If it has not been cured, it will be difficult for the Kong family ancestor to advance to the ranks. It was precisely because of the injury of the ancestors of the Kong family that I didn't realize it at first, but then I gradually discovered that the Yu family was secretly eroding the power of the Kong family, and gradually changed from darkness to light. Recently, the Yu family has used various means to win over other forces in the city to stand by them. On the one hand, to put pressure on the Kong family, the situation of the Kong family is even more severe. Although Yukong Cheng is the strongest of the Yukang family, it does not mean that there are no other forces under the Yukang family. Some middle-level forces can also form a strong force, especially now that the ancestors of the Kong family can't easily do it. Under the circumstances, some middle-level forces are even more eager to move, and when the secret realm is opened this time, it is even more important to make an essay on the quota of the secret realm. Kong Minghao was very angry when he mentioned the old story. If the ancestors were not working hard at the front, those riotous star beasts would have broken through the protective shield and rushed into Yukang City. At that time, I don't know how many monks in the city will die in the hands of the star beasts, but now I see they look like this. All of them are white-eyed wolves, ungrateful things. Okay, Kong Mingcheng reprimanded. At that time, the Kong family was closely related to the whole city. The ancestor was Yukong Cheng, and it was also for our Kong family. So they want your Kong family to give up the quota now? How much? How? Su Chen said in his heart that at the moment of interest, who still remembers what happened 1,000 years ago, and he didn't turn his face 1,000 years ago. Bar. Compared with these forces, the Yu family's ambitions should be even greater. Just like what Kong Minghao said, they want to turn Yukangchinj into Yuchen. From then on, the Yu family is the dominant force. By then, these small and medium-sized forces may not have the same strength as they are now. The days are better, and the Yukong family has checks and balances, so they have room to survive. But to tempt these forces with the quota of the secret realm, it is difficult to make people unmoved. Kong Mingchen's face showed embarrassment. Kong Mingsong sighed and said, "Let me tell you about this. They want to determine the final places through the competition on the stage, which are the alchemy competition, the equipment competition, and the final martial arts test is 2 literary tests and 1 martial arts test. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 615. The Yu family and other clan forces did not dare to force the Kong family too hard, so in these 3 competitions, the competition was for 150 places, while the Yu family and the Kong family retained 30 places each, and the total number exceeded 10, the secret realm can still afford it. It seems that it has left a bottom line for the Kong family, and the Yu family themselves are treated the same as the Kong family, leaving the impression to others that the Yu family does not hide their secrets. It is for the sake of everyone, and the opportunity for the Yu family and the Kong family is fair. But people with discerning eyes can see this private activity at a glance. They are using a method of approaching step by step. As long as the Kong family gives in this time, the next time, maybe all the places will be taken out for everyone to compete. The final victory, it is the person who controls all of this behind the scenes. The Yu family does not dare to force the Kong family too hard now, because they are worried that the ancestors of the Kong family will die. The ambition of the forces has grown, and at that time, they will naturally charge for the Yu family in front, and the Yu family will wait for the final result. So, you don't want to win us over to take part in the contest for the Kong family, right? Su Chen guessed after listening to the words in it. Kong Mingsong said with a smile, "Aren't the 3 of you interested in the secret realm? In addition to the rare fairy grass growing in the secret realm, it also breeds fire seeds that are extremely important to alchemists and utensilists, and there may even be strange fires hidden in them. Otherwise the secret realm will not attract those small and medium-sized forces." Su Chen and Gu Yao glanced at each other. They are in trouble. If they really want to participate in the competition, will they reveal their identities? To be honest, this strange fire is not different. In fact, it is not attractive to the 2 of them, but this word must not be said directly. It is strange that it does not arouse suspicion from others, and I have never seen any alchemist and equipment master. Those who are not interested in Yuhuo, otherwise Wenfan and Genyan would not have traveled thousands of miles to Donglan City to fight their ideas. Qi Changjai asked bluntly, "If we participate in the competition, won't the Yu family stop it?" That Yu family alchemist will forget that we took Yin's Huangzianzi from him. Kong Ming Song waved his hand and said, "You are the guests invited by my Kong Ming Song. Besides, I am the party involved. How can a child from the Yu family be so rude? No matter how bad my Kong family is, it is not enough to keep 3 guests." Chi Changjai seemed to relax a little and said, "Okay, we need to discuss it. Okay, then I'll arrange accommodation for you first. Eldest son Lao Kang is here." It was just an excuse to talk about it. Chi Changjai knew that Gu Yao and Su Chen were both excited. He also felt that he might not be able to give it a try. No one would have imagined that they would participate in the secret realm trials of other forces. After entering the secret realm, others would also. There was no way to forcibly break into it, at least the 3 of them were safe when they stayed in the secret realm for a while. Others only thought that they would carefully hide their whereabouts. After all, it was an immortal who shot against them. How could they think that they would swagger to participate in the trial competition, especially when Gu Yao revealed his identity as an alchemist, for fear that others would not know that the alchemy outside is now. A good alchemist is the most suspicious. Therefore, on the 2nd day of staying in the Kangjia guest house, the 3 of Gu Yao told Kong Ming Song the answer, and Kong Ming Song was naturally happy. Originally, seeing Gu Yao's alchemy on the spaceship made me feel a little moved, but there was something missing. Until this time, I met the 3 of them again and found that they could actually refine Yinzi elixir, so I shot directly. In Kong Ming Song's view, this is a win-win situation. The 3 of Gu Yao helped the Kong family, and they could also enter the secret realm to find opportunities. Patriarch Kong has heard Kong Ming Cheng and Kong Ming Hao brothers talk about this, and when Kong Ming Song comes back, he confirms that Gu Dan Master is really so good at alchemy. "Father, please take a look." Kong Ming Song took out a jade bottle and handed it to Patriarch Kong. When Patriarch Kong opened it, he was stunned, and then showed a look of joy, because there was a top-grade Yinzi elixir in the bottle. He believed that even the Yu family's elixir might not be able to compare. Unexpectedly, they would meet an alchemist with good alchemy skills. Yi Chiao and the others were stared at by the Yu family, as if they were pushed to their side by the Yu family. Do they still have Yinzi elixir on them? Our Kong family can buy them from them. Those who enter the secret realm have a higher chance of survival if they increase their strength, and taking this elixir does not prevent them from taking the same pill. Efficacy of other medicinal herbs. "Father, this one is what my son bought from them," Kong Ming Song reminded. "Understood, the family won't let you pay for this immortal stone yourself." The father still doesn't know his son. It seems that he has never treated the son badly with immortal stones and resources. Kong Ming Song laughed. "That's good." The son thanked his father. "First, I can discuss with Don Gu and the others about the medicinal pills, but they have a requirement that the 3 of them must participate in the competition to compete for each quota. They only need 1 of them, and the 3 of them will enter the secret realm together. This is the request made by Gu Yao and the others. The Kong family may not give the quota, they will fight for it themselves." The Kong family pondered for a while and said, "All right, as long as they can fight for it, the Kong family can't give it." So, when Kong Ming Song came back to the guest house, Gu Yao gave him 2 more top-grade Yinzi elixir, and Kong Ming Song smiled and handed him a storage ring, which contained 300,000 middle-grade immortal stones. Joy. Kong Ming Song clearly lied to his father. The first pill, Kong Ming Song, did not take out his immortal stone at all, but took it on credit first, and this time he settled the account. On the other side, the people around Yu Yubo hurried back to report, "Young master, I have found them, and found the person who stole the young master Yin's Huangzianzi from the spaceship." Yu Yubo stood up abruptly, and the breath on his body was a bit stronger than when he was on the spaceship. It can be seen that during this period of time, he swallowed the medicinal pills to increase his cultivation. "Where are they? Tell me." The visitor wiped the sweat from his forehead and quickly said, "Master, Our people saw that they entered the Kong family's territory and are now living in the Kong family's guest house. In other places, they would have found a reason to arrest people long ago, but in the Kong family's guest house, no matter how arrogant they were, they would not dare to force their way in. The reason why they found out, of course, was because the two sides had placed eyeliners on each other's sights. If those three people hadn't entered the Kangjia guest house, it might not have been that easy to find out. Damn it! I see, those of the Kong family are deliberately against me, right? What about the Kong family? Isn't it just waste of a few materials? Which alchemist can guarantee that he will succeed in alchemy 100%? With the virtue of their Kong family, which alchemist would dare to concoct alchemy for them in the future? The subordinates murmured in their hearts that the pills were used to save lives, and the ingredients were extremely rare. The 5 pills were collected because it was not easy to concoct pills, and I didn't expect them to be destroyed. If Yu's mother fulfilled the agreement and made pills herself, it would be impossible for her to produce all the pills. But he couldn't say these words, otherwise he wouldn't have a good life in the Yu family, so he echoed, yes, yes, the Kong family is just making trouble. But it's not that the young master has no chance to deal with them. The Kong family actually recruited those 3 guys to participate in the competition for their Kong family. Heh, the Kong family must be crazy. Really? Haha, that's great, I'll wait to see how their Kong family cry. Going against the young master won't kill them. This incident caused much less repercussions within the Kong family, because Su Chen and Gu Yao were both participating in the alchemy competition. Under the circumstance that the Yu family in Yukang City was the only one in alchemy, the Kong family couldn't win over anything at all. The alchemists, who came on stage, were basically just going through the motions. They focused more on the last 2 competitions, which was the key to the Kong family's competition for places. The alchemy competition is equivalent to being abandoned by the Kong family. Now there are 2 alchemists with good alchemy skills. Of course, we must spare no effort to support them. There was some controversy within the Kong family about Qi Changjai's quota, but when Kong Mingsong brought Qi Changjai to Kong Ming's internal arena and competed with others for 2 games, the voice disappeared, so everyone acquiesced to this matter. Outsiders thought that the Kong family was crazy. The Kong family who had seen the scene kept silent, but they were mocking others. When the test was held, they would know who was crazy. They were still waiting to see Yu Yubo's face. People were pushed to their side by Yu Yubo. In a blink of an eye, the day of the competition came. The 3 Guyao, who had been staying in the guest house, also came to the competition venue with Kong Ming Cheng and Kong Ming Hao. On the opposite side, Yu Yubo saw the 3, and his eyes were spitting fire. The monks onlookers also pointed and talked about the Kong family's team. They all knew the others, but these 3 faces were unfamiliar. Needless to say, the Kong family recruited them this time. I didn't expect that the Kong family even gathered 10 alchemists to participate in the competition. At first, I thought that the Kong family would give up the alchemy round directly. They went up, wouldn't they really be humiliating themselves? Just like the best Qigong master is in the Kong family, the best alchemists in Yukang City are in the Yu family. Even if the Kong family wants to recharge, they can't just pull 2. It's too ugly to lose, and the Kong family doesn't have a face. Face. What's the matter? The Kong family is not allowed to fight back absolutely. I think the Kong family is really in danger this time. I didn't see that both the Xiang and Bian families were pulled over by the Yu family. Both the Xiang and Bian families have produced a few children with good skills. Representing the Yu family in the competition of Qigong, the Kong family's advantage in Qigong may not be able to be preserved. But I heard that the eldest son of the Kong family has returned. The eldest son of the Kong family is very talented, and he is the son of the Kong family who is most likely to advance to the advanced level. His current cultivation is the most prominent in their generation. But no one has been promoted to heavenly immortal. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 616. The eldest son of Kang was indeed Yu Kangchen's amazing genius back then, and with a good skin, many cultivators, especially female cultivators, remember and talk about it with relish. However, for some unknown reason, he suddenly left Yu Kangchen without knowing where to go. Be silent. The monks who were born late may not know that there is such a famous person. The monk who admired him at the beginning, with his disappearance and the appearance of other genius monks, gradually left him behind, until this time, Kang Mingsong he reappeared in the Kang family, and appeared in the eyes of the public with the cultivation of an immortal, so the memory of the past was quickly awakened by the public. However, even the Yu family doesn't know where Kang Mingsong has gone over the years, and how his cultivation has improved by leaps and bounds. The only thing that is fortunate is that he has become an immortal and can no longer enter the secret realm, which makes the Yu family's children in the secret realm strong opponent. The secret realm can only be entered by the Earth Immortals and the monks below the Earth Immortals, and they cannot enter it repeatedly. That is to say, those who entered the secret realm 500 years ago can no longer enter this time. Forcibly enter, the consequences will be self. But the eyes of Yu Lan and others looking at Kang Jinsong are still full of dread. The sooner you become a fairy, the greater the hope of becoming an immortal in the future. The Yu family will never want to see another immortal from the Kang family. All the arrangements and plans of the home will be self-defeating. I thought he would die outside all these years. I didn't expect that his life would be so big. If he came back alive, he would become an immortal. Back then, the Yu family wanted to do something to Kang Mingsong, but before they could do anything, the others were sent away from Yukang City. There has been no news over the years, and they gradually forgot about this person. Yu Lan, I heard that the two alchemists of the Kang family had a relationship with Yubo. An elder of the Yu family looked at the two unfamiliar faces in the Kang family's team. Yu Lan nodded, yes. Yubo found a Yin's Huangzianzi on his way back and wanted to bring it back to his family, but was snatched by these two monks. After Yubo came back, he searched for it for a long time and never found it. It turned out to be hidden in Kang's house. Yu Lan really didn't know her own son's temperament. Would it be so easy for people to rob his belongings? It's just that the temperament of the mother and son is the same, that is, as long as the items they like, they should grab it by any means, and those who obstruct them belong to the enemy. The elder Yu family snorted coldly, so ignorant, let them know how powerful my Yu family is. The elder is right. In the alchemy competition, the Kang family will not want to take a spot from us. The chief elders of the two families presided over the test, and the chief elder of the Yu family was the first to speak out. Let's start now. I don't need to say more about the rules. Regardless of the number of participants, the 50 places to enter the secret realm will be determined by the 10 finalists, and all participating alchemists are invited to play. In other words, the winner, one person can have 5 places. In fact, as long as any one of Guyao and the others wins, they can get 3 of them, but for the Kang family, the benefit is not much. On the contrary, if all 3 qualify, then invisibly won 12 places for the Kang family. The Kang family can get the most benefit, and they will be willing to give 3 places. After provoking the Yu family, the 3 of Guyao don't want to have any grudges with the Kang family anymore. It's just right that everyone is happy. Guyao and Su Chen glanced at each other and walked to the stage together. Qi Changjai sat down with arms folded, but there was no sign of worry on their faces. Kang Mingcheng and Kang Minghao sat next to Qi Changjai and introduced him to the alchemists in the opponent's camp and their level. They would also participate in the competition, and relying on the Yinzi elixir bought from Guyao, recently strength has grown a lot. There were only 10 alchemists from the Kang family's camp, and they were barely able to get together. The Yu family's camp had more than 20 people. When they came to the stage, they all held their heads high. They wanted to come from the Yu family. This round, the Kong family's team, the whole army will be wiped out. Even if the Kong family recruited a good alchemist in the past, when the Yu family came up with this idea, they had already drawn the alchemist from the Kong family through various methods. They don't even see it. These alchemists, who were invisible to the Yu family, came on the stage bitterly, and this kind of expression made the Yu family more and more proud. Except for a few people in the Kong family, Gu Yao and Su Chen were unaware of the situation, so these alchemists could not wait. Take the initiative to give up, don't make a fool of yourself on stage. However, the Kong family said that as long as they came to power and showed their own level, the Kong family would not treat them badly, so they came. Yu Yubo was also one of the alchemists who participated in the competition. As he expected, he saw Su Chen and Gu Yao. His eyes were full of maliciousness and disrespect. At this time, he was still thinking about how to put the silver Shuangzian Z brought it back, but I didn't know that the other party had made a medicinal pill and swallowed it into his stomach. The alchemists who came to the stage were all Earth Immortals, and their alchemy skills were at least above the initial stage of the Earth rank. Gu Yao and Su Chen took a look around. The team with the highest cultivation level in the opposing team was the late Earth Immortal. The alchemy master came on stage, but it was only 500 years after the secret realm was opened last time, and a group of children of the peak of the Earth Immortals could not be born in 500 years. But even if there is a peak of Earth Immortals, Gu Yao and Su Chen will not have stage fright, because what they want to strive for is to qualify, not to win the championship. As long as they become one of the 10 people who qualify, it is enough. The method of the competition was very crude and simple. The Yu family did not want to compete in rounds at all. That would be a waste of time and immortal grass. Besides, they didn't think the Kong family had a chance, so they directly listed a list of immortal pill names. There are only 3 chances for an alchemist to choose one of the medicinal pills to refine. As for you, if you are a loose cultivator, Yu Hao has never obtained a certain kind of elixir formula, so it is not considered in the competition at all. It can only be said that you are unlucky and destined to be eliminated. At a glance, Su Chen and Gu Yao quickly decided on the medicinal pill they were going to refine. Su Chen chose the middle-level elixir of the prefecture level. When he decided to participate in the competition, he never went out and stayed in the ancient Yin Yao's space. It's either reading the book of pills, or concocting pills. Gu Yao even instilled a lot of his experience in refining earth-level elixir into Su Chen. It can be said that in a short period of time, Su Chen's pill technique has improved. Speed can be described as fast. Gu Yao did not hesitate to choose one of the high-level pills at the earth level. When he reported the name of the pills, many people were present. The monks talked a lot, not to mention the Yu family and the onlookers, even some monks from the Kong family, all looked at him with the eyes of a fool. Does this mean that they know that they can't be naked, so they have to choose the most valuable fairy grass? Doesn't he feel bad when he sees the immortal grass worth so many immortal stones being wasted in his hands? The Yu family directly sneered, "Hey, where did the Kong family find something that is beyond heaven and earth?" And since he cultivated in the middle stage of the Earth Immortal, he dared to challenge the high-level pill of the Earth level? Look at his cultivation level, he has just entered the Earth Immortal. Not long in the middle. Maybe people don't even have the opportunity to see the high-level fairy grass at the prefecture level. Take this opportunity to open your eyes. It doesn't matter. There are not many other things in our Yu family, but there are too many fairy grass, so we can afford to waste it. In this 3 comparisons, the Yu family provided the immortal grass for the alchemy competition, and the Kong family provided the refining materials for the alchemy competition, which is very fair. Don't worry, after a few beeps, it will automatically roll off the stage. The Kong family is not too embarrassed to be seen. What are we afraid of in the Yu family? The younger generation of the Kong family sneaked up to Kong Ming Song, Uncle Ming Song. They all said that this is the alchemist you hired. Are their alchemy skills really good? On the stage of the family, the alchemist of the Kong family is always used as a foil. Now that there are two unfamiliar faces, how can we not be curious? Kong Ming Song pushed a few heads back and said, just wait and see. Anyway, don't you all think the Kong family can't win this round, so what's the difference in the results? Until now, Kong Ming Song didn't say anything. He leaned lazily on the seat and narrowed his long eyes. In fact, he was just waiting for the Yu family to fall. The staff sent the medicinal materials selected by each alchemist to them, 3 copies for each person. The voices of doubts from the audience were all heard in the ears of Gu Yao and Su Chen, but the two of them did not see any difference and took the lead. Check 3 pairs of materials. It's not that the Yu family is worried about their hands and feet, but they are used to it. Even Su Chen has also developed this habit. When checking with his spiritual sense, he initially filtered the impurities in these materials. But in the eyes of others, they felt that their actions had different meanings. It made some people in the Yu family unhappy, and they did not regard the Kong family as an opponent. Is it necessary to do something in the material? Yu Yubo snorted disdainfully, then took out the pill furnace and sacrificed the pill fire to start alchemy. His cultivation was a step further on the basis of the mid-earth immortal stage. Although he did not break through the late earth immortal stage, he could ensure that he was refining. When the prefecture level middle level elixir is used, the rate of completing the elixir and the quality of the elixir will be greatly improved. Yu Yike, who is the same generation as Yu Yubo, has the highest talent and the best alchemy in the Yu family's generation. Now in the late stage of the Earth Immortal, he challenged the top-tier elixir of the Earth level, and he was the only one in the audience, so he won the most in the audience. No matter how arrogant Yu Yubo is, he has to be convinced in the face of Yu Yike. Although Yu Yike does not have an immortal mother, he is a direct disciple accepted by the elders of the Yu family from a collateral line. The difference is that his mother is very respectful in front of the elders, so how dare Yu Yubo dare to provoke Yu Yike? Gu Yao did not put all the materials into the pill furnace at one time, nor did he sacrifice the lotus heart fire. Instead, he used the fire that was subdued in the glass bottle, and put the materials into the pill furnace in turn, and put them into his own pill furnace without any distractions. Inside. Because of the characteristics of Yukang City, many alchemists and artisans gathered here. This kind of competition attracted them all. It was a rare opportunity for them to see so many prefecture-level elixir masters competing on the same stage. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 617. Patriarch Kong closed his eyes slightly, as if he didn't care about the results of this round of competition, or he felt that there was no chance for a comeback in this round, so he simply stopped paying attention, but no one knew that before he closed his eyes were on. Gu Yao and Su Chen stayed on for a very short moment, and smiles flashed in their eyes. With these two alchemists joining in, the Kong family won't lose too badly this time. When all the materials had been refined and entered the refining stage, Gu Yao and Su Chen were still proceeding in an orderly manner, and there was no panic at all, and the pill formula was so smooth that the senior officials of the Yu family could not ignore it. Could they really be able to refine the medicine pill? Impossible. The well-known alchemists in Yukangchinj are all under the control of our Yu family, and it is impossible for any fish to slip through the net. Maybe it came from somewhere else. If both of them qualify, it means that the Yu family has to give up 10 places. Yes, of the 50 places in this round, the Yu family does not think that anyone can take away even a single place from them. Why is this? Ken. Patriarch, do you want us to do something? An elder asked Patriarch Yu through voice transmission. Patriarch Yu glanced at Patriarch Kong and the elders of the Kong family opposite. These old fellows are not weaker than their Yu family. Once the other party notices that they have moved their hands and feet, the next round of equipment competition will be the same. The accident happened, so the head of the Yu family replied, "No. It's too early to do something, and there are still 2 rounds of competition." With the passage of time, more and more eyes fell on Su Chen and Gu Yao, and there were low exclamations from time to time. "I didn't expect that these 2 would continue to this day, and they would not really make them into medicine pills." Bar. Don't say it too soon. Even if it becomes a pill, it depends on the quality of the medicine pill. If the quality is too bad, it won't pass the test. Having said that, but the pill master Gu is refining the high-level pills of the earth level. Now, apart from Yu Yike, who is refining the top-level elixir, there are only 4 pill masters including pill master Gu. That is to say, as long as he successfully releases the pill, this title will definitely be in his hands. No matter how bad the quality of the elixir is, even if there is only 1 low-grade elixir, the results are higher than that of the 9 high-grade middle-level elixir. Then it hasn't become a pill yet. You said it too early. There was a sudden bang on the stage, and everyone's eyes swept to find that it was Yu Yubo of the Yu family who was frying the furnace. They looked at him in disbelief. In their opinion, it was normal for the alchemist of the Kong family to appear in the fryer. The situation, I didn't expect it to happen to the Yu family first. Yu Yubo swept around and found that everyone else was immersed in his pill furnace, and his face suddenly became gloomy. If he dared to make any changes, the result could be imagined. The first Kong family would not let him go. Yu Yubo gritted his teeth and had to empty the pill furnace to prepare for the second furnace. After that, the sound of the fryer rang out one after another. The children of the Yu family who were tensed because of Yu Yubo's fryer, can finally breathe a sigh of relief. It's not the fryer. It makes sense to fail. The other alchemists in the Kong family had the fewest misses, because their mentality was very peaceful. Anyway, they were at the bottom of the game, so they came to walk through the scene, so there was no need to compare with others. Because of this mentality, most people perform better than usual. When someone from the Yu family came out with elixir, Su Chen's first elixir was also successful. Not to mention the Yu family and the audience, many people in the Kong family thought it was incredible, and many people said aloud, "It's actually true. Is it out of Dan? Who is going to pinch me? It's really a pill. If you don't look promising, we can't have a good alchemist in the Kong family." The elder next to him scolded angrily, and then he turned his head and cheered himself up. "Hope, there are 5 places on 1 person." Su Chen looked at the elixir he had refined. After all, it was only a short time before he started refining the middle-level elixir, and he didn't use the Red Lotus karmic fire, so the quality of the elixir could not satisfy him. After adjusting the breath for a while to recover, he started the second pot, because in the end, he only needed to hand in the pot of pills he thought was the best. If there is enough time, he should use these materials to practice his hands. Anyway, you don't need to spend it yourself, Fairy Stone. Su Chen, who had restarted the furnace, gave himself a compliment. He was so thrifty and housekeeping. Su Chen's success made the faces of many people in the Yu family difficult to look at. They would not fail to see that Su Chen's aura was clearly not long after he entered the Earth Immortal stage. As soon as his cultivation was consolidated, he could successfully refine the earth. It's a middle-level medicine pill. How can the level of medicine be described as ordinary? If this is normal, most of the Yu family's children's alchemy skills are not enough. Find someone to find out where these 2 alchemists, including the monk sitting on the stage, came from. Patriarch Yu instructed the family members in a deep voice. Patriarch Yu stared at the potion in front of Gu Yao, and his expression became worse and worse. Watching the refining process of the 2, this person was smoother than Su Chen, and he would also succeed in producing the elixir without any accident. It is definitely not good news. They just want to take the quota from the Kong family, but they never thought that the Kong family would take the quota from them in turn. Could it be self-defeating this time? Never allow accidents to happen. But just because of Su Chen's success, the elders of the Kong family have higher expectations for Gu Yao. They used to close their eyes and rest in peace, but now they all have bright eyes, and it is not so easy to do something under their noses. So, the Yu family watched as the 9 elixir flew out of the pill furnace in front of Gu Yao, and slid around in the air before they got into the jade bottle below. Others might not be able to see clearly. Yu Jiakang's family could clearly see that among the 9 elixir, 4 were top grade and 5 were middle grade. If they didn't qualify, then the Yu family would definitely have to be peerless geniuses in alchemy. But the question is, are they? Geniuses are everywhere, but peerless geniuses are rare for thousands of years. After Gu Yao collected the pill, he put the pill bottle on the table in front of him, cleaned the pill furnace and put it away, and put the remaining 2 materials into the space together, just like a small family, but called the Yu family was heartbroken. Then Gu Yao closed his eyes and adjusted his breath, waiting for the other alchemists to finish alchemy and step down together, ignoring the various eyes projected on him. Light. Qi Changjai in the stands had a smile in his eyes. This kind of competition could not allow Gu Yao to let go of his hands and show his true level, so of course the remaining 2 pairs of materials would not be used now. Excessive reputation will attract more people's attention, to their detriment. The Yu family was speechless, but the Kong family members could not wait to dance to celebrate. Brother Ming Cheng, has Danchi Gu really forged an earth-level high-level elixir? This was the son of the Kong family who still couldn't believe his eyes. Yes, and the quality is very good. I see that there is a high-grade pill. There were cheers from behind, and as a result, the faces of the Yu family's children turned greener, which was equivalent to tearing a piece of meat from them. Compared to the excitement of the Kong family, the audience in the audience felt incredible. No one could deny that this alchemist with the surname Gu had superb alchemy skills. At his level, the Yu family included those alchemists who did not participate in the competition. How many can surpass him? No, it was Yu Yike who was the most favored. At the time of Gu Yao's cultivation, his alchemy might not be able to surpass him. It's time for the Kong family to turn around. The alchemist they dug from the city actually hid and only showed up until now. I heard that the eldest son of Kong dug over it, and it seems that this person is a bit contradictory to Yu Yubo of the Yu family. Huh? What's going on? Someone who didn't know asked. Some time ago, I forgot about Yu Yubo sending his doglegs to look for people. I also heard from a friend about this. It was a grudge on the returning spaceship. This person described the situation of the spaceship at the beginning. The emphasis is on Yu Yubo's rudeness and domineering. You said it's funny. Yu Yubo laughed at others for not having the strength to use Yin's Huangzianzi, and he had to let others hand it over. Can't come out. It turns out that it was Yu Yubo's trouble again. Why does he have such a high sense of existence? He doesn't stop when he comes back. Compared with him, Yu Yike is the real genius of the Yu family. Who asked his mother to be such a precious son as him? Since birth, when has she been wronged? The incident with the Kong family before is clearly the one who was in the wrong with the Yu family. Fortunately, Yu Yubo was concentrating on alchemy at the moment, and he couldn't hear the voices discussed below, otherwise he would have to blow up the pot of elixirs in his hand again. Fortunately, it didn't take long for Yu Yike to enter the stage of collecting pills. Seeing that he successfully collected pills, the Yu family was greatly relieved. As long as Yu Yike succeeded in concocting pills, the Yu family's reputation would not be weak. I wonder if there are any cultivators of the same generation. Who has such achievements as Yu Yike? The elder of the Yu family also nodded in relief. Yike lived up to his expectations and would become the pillar of the Yu family one day. One after another, all the alchemists on the stage ended the alchemy task. Whether it was successful, or all 3 furnaces were blown up, the first round of the battle for places was over. Yaoi did not pay attention to other people's situation, but focused on his own alchemy. After the first batch of alchemy was successfully released, the remaining two sets of materials were not spared. After the second batch failed, the third batch of alchemy was successfully released again. In the eyes of the Yu family's admiration, he calmly left the competition stage. Yuyubo barely succeeded in producing the pills in the third pot, but just by looking at his face, he knew that the quality of the last pot of pills was nothing. Okay. Su Chen let it go. Like Yaoi, he used up all three materials. On the basis of being familiar with the two furnaces, the last one performed exceptionally well and produced 9 pills, all of which were of the middle grade. Dan handed it in. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 618. Su Chen walked down the stage with a smile on his face, but those Yu family members were in a bad mood, including the Xiang family and Bian family, who are now standing on the side of the Yu family. People. Xiangqi Liang is going to represent the Xiang family in the next round of equipment competition, and this round of accidents made him a little worried. Dad, this result won't affect our major affairs, right? Father Xiang frowned, then stretched out again. This should be something that the Yu family has to worry about. We just need to win the spot from the Kong family in the competition of equipment skills, then the Yu family that belongs to the Xiang family can't repent. If the Yu family wants to go back on it, aren't they worried that they will vote on the Kong family's side? Although it is unknown whether the Kong family can accept it or not, will the Yu family be worried? Xiangqi Liang calmed down. Dad, don't worry, I will definitely play well later. Father Xiang nodded with relief. The Xiang family is also a family of refining tools. Although it is not as good as the Kong family, it is not to be underestimated. Xiangqi Liang's status in the Xiang family is equivalent to Yaoi's situation in the Yu family. With great expectations, no matter what, he will earn a road to the sky for the Xiang family. The Bian family is also in the same situation, but they all think that this is something the Yu family should worry about. The results of the ranking came out soon. With Kang's family watching, Yu's family couldn't do anything in the ranking. Finally, the family leader Yu came out to announce the results. The first place was naturally Yaoi. Yaoi himself did not show any surprises. On the contrary, he was very indifferent, because his goal had already exceeded this match. When the second place was announced, Patriarch Yu paused, and then said leisurely, Kong family Guzhou Gudanchi. Guzhou is the pseudonym of Guyao, Gutang, and Zhou, from the name of the teacher in the previous life. There was an uproar of gas and uproar on and off the stage, and even Yaoi also showed a look of surprise. He turned around and asked his master, the elder, only to know Guyao's performance in the competition. He couldn't help but look up. This is the first time he took it seriously. It turns out that the contestants in the competition still have alchemists worthy of his attention, which is very good. How is that possible? He must have cheated. Yubo's voice sounded very abruptly, and he also stood up. Yubo, sit down. This time Yulan didn't let her son go, but scolded her coldly. At this time, she jumped out to question her, and she could only bring shame on herself. It was impossible to cover the mouths of all the monks in the place. Mother. Yubo looked at his mother in disbelief. Shut up. Yulan was still rude. Yubo had to sit down unwillingly, but still stared at Guyao from the Kong family's side. The Kong family was pleasantly surprised. The result was too unexpected for them, so the family master Kong and Kong Ming Song, who knew what they knew, were calm. Too bad, if you give him more time, it is not impossible to beat Yaoi. Of course, this is a happy event for the Kong family, and it can even boost the morale of the next two competitions. The head of the Yu family continued to announce the following list. Unexpectedly, Su Chen was also ranked 7th. He humbly said to Kong Ming Song, "Fortunately not to be humiliated may be more believable." It was clear that 8 members of the Yu family had won, and only 2 of the Kong family had qualified. Patriarch Kong and Patriarch Kong couldn't help but feel their joy in their hearts. These 10 places were taken from the Yu family, how could they not be happy? However, in the next 2 rounds of competition, they can't be negligent. The Yu family and other family forces must have other means hidden. The first round of the competition was over, and the second round of the artifact competition began immediately. The craftsmen of the Kong family came to the stage one by one with their heads held high. The only people they could recognize were Kong Ming Cheng and the Kong Ming Hao brothers. Uncle and brother, because there is a dazzling big brother like Kong Ming Song in front, the younger brothers and sisters below are more competitive, but they are also more united. The goal is to try to see their big brother together. Different from the Kong family's camp, the Yu family's camp is composed of multiple forces, but this faction is definitely stronger than the original Kong family's alchemist camp. The geniuses, in terms of talent, they are not lost to the children of the Kong family. Guyao and the others saw that there were 2 or 3 refiners who were not afraid of the Kong family's team, and their eyes were full of determination to win. The monks in the audience were also quickly attracted by the 2 opposing teams. The results of the first match just now exceeded their expectations. They were looking forward to this second round even more. Case. Others don't say, Xiangqi Liang of this family and Bian Yanjian of Bian family before the competition, but the voices are the best. Not only can they enter the ranks of the top 10, but even the top 5 must have their seats. Yeah, I also heard that if they were in the Kong family, with the resources of the Kong family, they could now become the most outstanding refiners among the cultivators of the same generation. That's why the Xiang family and the Bian family desperately wanted to grab the opportunity to enter the secret realm, and hope that the opportunity in the secret realm can bring the 2 of them to a newer height. Not only the 2 of them, but also the other artifact refiners from the Xiang family's Bian family, plus the people recruited by the Yu family. The Kong family is really hanging on this round. I don't know if they can keep half of their positions. Fortunately, in the previous competition, the 2 newly joined alchemists won 10 places for them, otherwise the situation would be too miserable. These discussions can't escape Guyao and the others. I have to say that without their presence, the Kong family's situation would indeed be more difficult. Name, but it should not be underestimated. After entering the secret realm, the other party will definitely unite to suppress the Kong family. In the end, the Kong family does not say how much they can get, but how many people can. It is impossible to guess what comes out of it alive. Soon the stage was full of flames, and the atmosphere was even hotter than the alchemy competition just now, because Tianfirong also went through the path of refining, and Guyao and the others, who often contacted him and watched many times, were not the same for refining. I don't know, so I'm looking at it with gusto at the moment. Different from the alchemist, everything is carried out in the alchemy furnace, but the artisan is divided into several factions because of the different traditions of the section using the method of forging. The forging table is moved to the table, the fire is burning, and the sound of hammering the embryo is endless. It can be seen that the method of forging is not exclusive to the body trainers of the spiritual world. Also dazzled, Guyao remembered that Tianfirong had visited many famous blacksmiths and asked them for advice on how to forge tools. When they left the spiritual world, Tianfirong's art of refining tools was already well known in the entire spiritual world. The head of the family went out of his own way. If Tianfirong came to Immortal Realm, he would definitely be very interested in seeing the artifact refining method here. The path he took was actually similar to the artifact refining method in Immortal Realm. The tinkling of those hammers is very rhythmic, and every time the hammer falls, you can see the black impurities being hammered out. Most of the craftsmen of the Kong family follow this path. Listening to the discussion of the monks below, the practice of the Kong family is related to the way of forging. Each forging is actually equivalent to a practice. Forging tools are complementary to each other, and this also makes most of the Kong family's tool masters very capable of melee combat, which can be seen by their control of strength and the use of immortal energy. In other words, compared to the Yu family, the Kong family's combat effectiveness is much stronger. This is also the reason why the ancestors of the Kong family rushed to the front line when the Star Beast rioted, but I didn't expect that the Star Beast was stronger. It was beyond the tolerance of the Kong family ancestor. Even so, the Kong family ancestor slaughtered the most powerful Star Beasts who took the lead, which greatly eased the crisis facing Yu Kong Cheng. Looking at Kong Minghao's usual frizzy appearance, he quickly entered the state when he was forging on the stage, and he seemed very calm, as if he had changed his personality as usual. The two geniuses of the Xiang family and the Bian family are indeed not weak, and the other is a loose cultivator that the Yu family did not know where to find. The level is not low. Fortunately, the performance of the Kong family is not bad otherwise. The title of Yu Kangchen's #1 family of refining items will not live up to its name. Su Chen lowered his voice to gossip with Gu Yao next to him. Kong Ming Song moved his mouth beside him, and his voice reached the ears of the three. Thanks to Yinzi elixir and other medicinal herbs, Kong Ming Feng and Ming Cheng have increased their strength a lot, and they are more skillful than usual during the refining process. I think they played very well this time. Kong Ming Feng is another brother of the same generation, and his strength is comparable to Yu Yike. You know, when the Yu family was about to suppress our Kong family, many elixir were banned from selling to our Kong family, especially the elixir that increased the cultivation base. Less flowed out of their Yu family. This time is really thanks to two alchemists. In addition to the Yinzi elixir, Gu Yao and the others also exchanged some other medicinal pills for the Kong family, which greatly relieved the Kong family's pressure. This is also where the Yu family has the upper hand. Immortal artifacts are not items that must be replaced frequently for monks. An immortal artifact can only be used for hundreds or even thousands of years if it is not seriously damaged. For a cultivator, the more the commander is, the more the commander is, but the elixir is different. The elixir is a necessary consumable. The Yu family also discovered that the children of the Kong family who came to power, including the Qigong masters who were attached to the Kong family, had much higher cultivation than usual, and it was easy to infer the increase in the level of alchemy skills demonstrated by Gu Yao in the competition. Reason. Originally they planned to win half of the places, but now it depends on the situation. In addition to the 10 places that Gu Yao and Su Chen won, if there is no outstanding performance in the next round, then their calculations against the Kong family this time, the Kong family's loss was not big, but the Yu family paid a large price in order to win over those forces to stand on their side. Are they going to be busy for nothing? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 619. If there is no medicinal pills that Gu Yao brought to the Kong family, perhaps the Yu family would have taken half of the places in this artifact. That is, there would be 5 qualifiers, but the cultivators who came to power had grown in strength. The progress is not small, and the Yu family cannot stop this situation. When each piece of fairy artifact takes shape in the eyes of the monks, emitting a radiance that is unique to the fairy artifact, the result is known to everyone without announcing. Of course, the necessary procedures still have to go. This time, the leader of the Kong family announced the qualifiers. 7 of the Kong family qualified, and the remaining 3 were Xiangqi Liang of the Xiang family, Bian Yanjian of the Bian family, and another loose cultivator Cao. It was easy to win. This result greatly relieved the senior members of the Kong family. After 2 competitions, the Kong family lost 10 places, which was within the range that the Kong family could afford. Without the intervention of the 3 of Gu Yao, who was brought back by Kong Ming Song, the loss is not only 10 places, but it is likely to reach 35 places. The head of the family and the elder of the family showed a slight smile. Although the Yu family had the upper hand with a slight advantage, they couldn't be happy, because the 10 extra places could not be owned by the Yu family. It seems that the Yu family has the upper hand. Not only did it not take advantage of it, but it was also posted upside down. Patriarch Yu took a breath, kept himself calm, and said to Patriarch Kong with a smile, "Then let's have the last test now." "Okay, let's get started." The original platform in the center was removed, and the arenas were raised on the ground. There are 10 arenas in total. The one who can stand on the arena at the end is Naked Family. This kind of arena battle is more exciting than the previous competition. A lot of people gathered around the arena quickly. Audience. At this point in the 3 competitions, everyone can see that the Yu family's plan to suppress the Kong family is not going well, and in the actual battle, the Kong family has certain advantages, so they don't know what strategy the Yu family will adopt. As soon as the arena was opened, 10 figures flew over to the arena and started the battle. In the 10 arenas now, the cultivators representing the Yu family and the Kong family's camps each account for half. Lay monks are not the most outstanding group. I'm coming. I'm here too, to see who can become the leader in the shortest time and stay in the fight for the longest time. As soon as the 10 champions stood firm, the cultivators who challenged jumped onto the stage. The formation of the stage quickly started, and the 2 sides opened it without any explanation. Everyone knew the meaning of the quota, and the current situation of Yu Jiakang's family was quite incompatible. Stance, so no one will be a guest. Guess. The 3 of Guyao chose a central position to watch, and there was a commentator next to him, namely Kong Ming Song. He did not need to participate in the competition, so he greeted the 3 of Guyao. Although he has been away from home for a long time, the rookies rising in the city may not be well versed, but after a while, he is very qualified to be a commentator for Guyao and the others. Moreover, the 3 of Guyao have to participate in the secret realm trial, so they must have some understanding of the opponents they face. Every cultivator standing in the Yu family camp here may become the opponent of the 3 people in the secret realm. It is precisely for this reason that the 3 of Guyao did not rely on their own advantages to ignore these people, especially Su Chen, who knew that he had just been promoted to Earth Immortal and was destined to become a drag in the secret realm. Now try to let yourself know more, and then be less of a hindrance. The monks who started to defend and challenge the leader also know that they are just going through the motions. From time to time, some people go up and some people go down. For the 2 forces of Yukong, as long as they successfully defend their 5 arenas, it is a success. On this basis, every win in the ring is a huge victory. Some people were purely for the fun, they were beaten down after running up a few times, and there were boos from below. There are also monks who performed brilliantly, but they couldn't stand it under the will battle, and were beaten down by the subsequent challengers. Gu's surname, dare to accept my challenge. Suddenly there was a champion in the ring speaking out. Gu's surname was not uncommon, so at first everyone was thinking who this person was going to challenge, but then they saw he pointed to a certain location, and then contacted some recent rumors. It was not difficult to guess who the Yu Yubo of the Yu family was going to challenge. The first moment Yu Yubo came to power and became the champion, Guyao and the others actually noticed it, and noticed that the previous champion was a child of the Yu family, and Yu Yubo was clearly the one who gave it up on purpose. Bullshit, Yu Yubo's father was unhappy in the audience. After all, everyone knew that Yu Yubo was not the main fighter, and there was no need to bring up private disputes on the stage. Anything could be resolved after entering the secret realm. Sooner or later, no matter what method is used, outsiders will not know and cannot comment. Yulan frowned, even though she didn't agree with Yu Yubo's urging Guyao to come to power by naming her surname, she still maintained, "Why are you making a fool of yourself? Already? It's not better to solve something in the ring." Yubo has this fighting spirit. If you don't encourage him, don't hold him back. Father Yu blushed. He could reprimand his son but couldn't refute Yulan, because Yulan was a heavenly immortal, or a heaven-level alchemist, but he was still at the pinnacle of Earth immortal. His status in the Yu family can be imagined, that is Yu Yubo. He didn't really take his father seriously. Yu Yubo was in the middle stage of the Earth immortal, and Gu Yao was also in the middle stage of the Earth immortal. Kong Ming Song didn't know how Gu Yao's combat power was, and looked at him worriedly, but he felt that the three of Gu Yao dared to go outside alone and dared to enter the secret realm. Scumbag alchemist. Su Chen raised his eyebrows and smiled. Since I came to abuse myself, then give him this chance. When Su Chen said these words, Gu Yao had already stood up, not knowing whether to laugh or cry at his words, but he felt very pertinent, isn't it? Since it was the other party's request, how could it not be fulfilled? I'll come when I go. Be careful, Chi Change, I admonished, not worried about Gu Yao's strength, but worried about the other party's tricks. Gu Yao nodded and would try to take down the opponent as soon as possible without exposing himself. When Yu Yubo shouted, it was as if he had pressed the pause button in the entire square. There was a moment of tranquility, but when he saw Gu Yao really taking the stage, he quickly resumed the previous noise, and even reached a new level. I didn't expect this Gu Danji to really take up the challenge. Which one do you think will fail? It's hard to say. Who doesn't know that Yu Yubo is a favorite in the Yu family? He must have prepared a middle-grade fairy weapon for him, but I don't know how this Gu Danji's equipment is. The low-grade fairy weapon is very disadvantageous to the upper and middle-grade fairy weapon. I think Alchemist Gu is very confident. If Yu Yubo loses in the end, then this scene will be good. If you can't beat others, you won't be able to beat others, then you will be humiliated and thrown out of Yukong Cheng. Some people coughed loudly. They couldn't speak so straightforwardly. Anyway, they saved some face for the Yu family, but I had to say that Yu Yubo's actions were really petty. Gu Yao slowly stepped into the ring because he was thinking about what kind of fairy weapon to use. The glass bottle would definitely not be used. Once he used it, his identity would be exposed, and he would also be suspected of exposing the jade heart ring. After much deliberation, Gu Yao decided to decide. Let Mou play, but first told Mou to disguise himself as a middle-grade fairy. Gu Yao stood on the ring, stretched his hand forward, and a black whip appeared in his hand, and the black whip faintly revealed the breath of a middle-grade fairy. Middle-grade fairy? This middle-grade fairy seems a little weird. The Kong family also noticed the whip, or some people might think that it was prepared by the Kong family for Gu Yao, but the Kong family also mentioned it vaguely, but they were rejected by Gu Yao, saying that they had a fairy weapon they called the hand. There is no need to provide it separately, and if you get started in a hurry, you will not be able to exert much combat effectiveness. Patriarch, can you see the origin of this whip? The head of the Kong family shook his head. I can't see it through, but the grade is undoubtedly of the middle grade, so it is no wonder that the three of Gu Yao did not need the Kong family to provide the fairy. However, Yu Yubo felt that Gu Yao's whip didn't pull much. Originally, he used an immortal sword. After Gu Yao took out his immortal weapon, he grinned and replaced it with a bell-shaped immortal weapon. Many people in the family changed their faces. It's the soul bell. Yulan actually handed this fairy weapon to her son. Many monks present recognized the origin of this fairy weapon. It was Yu Ian's famous fairy weapon. With this fairy weapon, few opponents could last long under Yu Ian's hands, because hitting the soul bell was a direct attack. The soul of the opponent weakens the strength of the opponent. In a sense, it is very insidious. Unless the strength is higher than the first rank, it is difficult to win. Su Chen's eyes bulged when he heard other people's comments. He was desperately trying not to let himself burst out laughing. Mother, this silly boy actually used the soul clock on Gu Yao. Fortunately, he met in the ring ahead of time, otherwise he would enter after the secret realm. I don't know how I died. Now Guyao in the ring must not be able to show it to the fullest. It's a pity to be restrained. Chi Changjai also slightly bent the corners of his mouth, with no worry on his face. Kong Ming Song is a person with discerning eyes. Others will think that Su Chen is wrong, but he can't see the slightest worry from these two people. In other words, they knew that the attack of the soul crackling bell would not have much effect on Guyao. Kong Ming Song couldn't help but raised his eyebrows. He didn't expect the monk he accidentally met on the spaceship to be so good. It seems that Guyao's cultivation in soul is a bit stronger than Xian Yuan Li, otherwise it would be impossible for alchemy. That's great. However, Yu Yubo smiled proudly, apologized to the young master now, and bring Yin's Huangzianzi with both hands. The young master can spare you, otherwise don't blame the young master for being rude. Isn't it annoying? The arena battle has been changed to a war of words, as Guyao said. He directed Mou to attack, and in an instant, the whip shadow surrounded Yu Yubo. Yu Yubo was furious, ignoring whip shadow's attack. He not only had a mid-grade immortal weapon, but also a mid-grade immortal armor. The soul crash bell flew out of his hand, and Yu Yubo Xian Yuan force slammed the soul crash bell hard. Buzz. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 620. As soon as the soul clashing bell came out, the sound waves spread out in all directions like ripples, and the generated air waves shook the protective shields around the arena, and Yu Yubo's attack target Guyao was the first to bear the brunt. Although separated by the formation, the sound still reached the ears of the monks onlookers. No, it should be said that it went straight into the soul. Even plugging the ears could not stop the sound from invading. Everyone only felt dizzy in their brains. They tried to calm themselves down, and at the same time looked at the stage in shock. They all thought that Guyao couldn't resist under the soul-suppressing bell. If they were on the stage, Yu Yubo could take the opportunity to take it down with a dizziness, and he would have to be kicked off the stage without getting hurt. But seeing Guyao calmly just made a handprint, there seems to be an invisible force protecting his brain. At the same time, the heavy whip shadows that have been differentiated suddenly merged, and the next moment an astonishing situation happened. That whip shadow actually condensed into a huge fist, and then the fist slammed into Yu Yubo. Boom! The soul collision bell made a disorderly sound, and a figure flew out backwards. Yubo, Yulan stood up abruptly, because it was Yu Yubo and not Guyao who flew out backwards. The Yu family, who had full confidence in him when they saw Yu Yubo take out the soul crackling bell, were all stunned by this sudden scene, but in one round, Yu Yubo, who was holding the soul crackling clock, was sacked. I don't know how many times the champions in the 10 arenas have been rotated, but this time, it should be the shortest time. The Kong family was also stunned, but soon Kong Minghao and others cheered, "Okay. Master Gu Dan is amazing." The elders of the Kong family also stared at Yulan. Once she made any illegal actions, they would immediately take action. Not to mention that Guyao was originally a member of the Kong family, and because he had a way to resist the attack of the soul bell, they called Kong Kong. The family was amazed. Seeing that Su Chen and Chi Changjai were not surprised by this scene, Kong Ming Song couldn't help but laugh. Yu Yubo, who was beaten out, was not seriously injured because he was protected by a mid-grade immortal armor, but at the moment he felt more humiliated than being injured. Return. Mother. If you listen to your mother, give it back to your mother. Of course, she knew that Yu Yubo had the means to fight back, because those things were all prepared by her, but it was not easy to reveal them at the moment. They were reserved for use in the secret realm. Okay, Yu Yubo glared at Guyao unwillingly, and left the stage with hatred. Anyone with long eyes could see the resentment in his eyes, and he knew that when he entered the secret realm, Yu Yubo would never be polite to Guyao, and more big challenges await Guyao. Guyao looked back painlessly, and he had offended this person long ago. Could it be that Yu Yubo can let him go if he is merciful? Innocent. The black whip hung softly at his feet, and Gu Yao asked, "Is anyone coming up to challenge it?" "Ming Hao, let's go up," Kong Ming Song said by name. This is also to prevent the Yu family from having a chance to find out how Gu Yao has gone. It is better to replace it with his own family. "Okay, I can't wait." Kong Ming Hao jumped out, I'm here to challenge Gu Danji." Gu Yao understands what Kong Ming Song means, and this is exactly what he needs. It is better to leave the ring to the Kong family to guard than to the Yu family, but he did not immediately admit defeat, but fought with Kong Ming Hao for more than 10 minutes before looking for it. A chance to jump off the stage. Su Chen warmly welcomed Gu Yao back, and when he showed his performance just now, Su Chen turned his palms red, but he still had a little regret. "You should take some more force, punch him a few more times, and then knock him off the stage with one punch. It's over, it's too cheap, you bastard." Kong Ming Chen next to him was very happy to hear it, but it was really enjoyable. At this point in the arena competition, the experts from the Yujiakang family and other clan forces have appeared one after another. The audience in the audience knows that the previous ones were just appetizers, and now the competition is at its most intense, and the weaker ones are already not eligible for the stage. In the 5 arenas guarded by the Kong family, once the champion is replaced by a monk from the Yu family or other forces, the Kong family will immediately take the stage to challenge until the position of the champion is regained. In order to reduce the number of competitors, both the challenger and the challenger are becoming more and more ruthless. It is not only a matter of ousting the opponent, but also trying to make the opponent lose their combat effectiveness in a short period of time and can no longer participate in the next challenge, in order to reduce its own competitors. During this process, Hidden Earth Immortal masters from various clan forces also appeared one after another. Some of them seldom appeared in front of outsiders and were not well known, but did they really expose their trump cards? It can be seen that it may be hidden in the secret realm, where the real decision is made. The 24-hour arena is coming to an end. The Kong family has worked hard to defend the ring. There are still 5 monks from the Kong family's camp standing on the stage, including the direct descendants of the Kong family, as well as the children with surnames who joined the Kong family. "I have injuries all over my body, and I take the time to take the pills whenever I have a chance, and strive to recover faster, because the more the last moment is, the more tragic the moment is." In the other 5 arenas, there is only one real surname Yu, who was eliminated by the Kong family. Fortunately, the Yu family is also prepared, so 5 seats are still reserved. "I'm coming," another cultivator flew out of the Yu family camp, and before anyone landed on the ring, many cultivators exclaimed, "How could it be him? The Yu family even brought this person in. Now the Kong family is miserable." Gu Yao and the others are also watching. Who is this person? From the appearance alone, it can be seen that this person's body is very strong, and it can be seen that after countless battles, he must be a strong fighting character. A stern look flashed in Kong Ming Song's eyes. "It was my defeated general back then, and the Kong family also recruited him, but he claimed that he would never compromise with our family forces, and would rather pull his own hunting team and hunt stars outside. Beast. Although he is a defeated general, he cannot be weak if he can become Kong Ming Song's opponent." This man was carrying a knife, and the blade was blood-stained, not because of the material, but because of how many star beasts and enemies he slaughtered. Because of the blood on his back, the cultivation base was weak. Just looking at the blade, heart palpitations, shaken by the actual evil influence. This person directly picked the person with the weakest strength and the most serious injuries among the 5 members of the Kong family, and said coldly, "Admit defeat, or..." It is Kong Ming Chen who is defending this arena. His strength is in the late stage of the Earth Immortal. Even in the period of total victory, he cannot beat this person, not to mention the current situation of excessive consumption and serious injuries. Master Kong gave him a wink. "Admit defeat." Kong Ming Chen lowered his eyes and thought for a moment, then turned around and jumped off the stage, knowing that he was defeated, he did not want to die in this arena, and it was not that the Kong family had no chance to win another arena. The Kong family looked around, and he had to pick one more person to take back a ring from the Yu family in order to maintain the balance between the two sides. I'll come. Chi Changjai, who had been fighting until now, finally made a move. He slowly stood up from his seat, stretched his long legs, and walked towards the ring. The head of the Kong family looked at Kong Ming Song, the latter nodded. Since Chi Changjai dared to take on this burden, it meant that it was impossible for him to be unsure, and up to now, the Kong family was not 100% sure that he would be sent to the field. To regain a ring, it is better to let Chi Changjai try it. Up to now, the auditorium has become much quieter, with only low whispers. I didn't expect that this guy Su Chuan would be drawn over by the Yu family, and I didn't see when he entered the arena. The Yu family kept it tight enough. Who is this guy playing now? Can he do it? Everyone in the Yu family arena are not weak. Didn't you see that he was with Donji Gu and Donji Chen? They must be companions. Seeing that his cultivation is in the late stage of Earth Immortal, he is qualified to challenge in the ring. I don't know who he will pick. Of course it's the same as that guy Su Chuan, picking the one with the worst injury in the Yu family and a little weaker. The Kong family also thinks the same way. At this time, it is the most important to keep the seat in the ring, not blindly try to be brave. Yu Hao and Chi Changjai also think the same way. Just act calmly. Therefore, Chi Changjai lived up to expectations and picked up the late Earth Immortal cultivator of the Yu family. The other four were not from the Yu family name. Come on, let me see what qualifications you have to take the Kong family's place in the ring. As soon as the man said the words, he sacrificed his own fairy weapon, and a pink miasma quickly filled the ring, and there was a deadly hidden in the miasma. The attack on this person is not light, but he still drank the medicine pill and didn't want to be underestimated by this bastard. Why do you think he is the weakest of the five? He just wanted to teach this man a profound lesson. Not long after he came to power, Chi Changjai's figure disappeared in the miasma. Although this person is weak, his means are not weak. Many monks suffered from this fairy weapon before. This scene made the Kong family also help. Chi Changjai was sweating. But Kong Mingsong glanced at Gu Yao and Su Chen, and the two showed no signs of worry. Suddenly, thunder broke out in the arena, and electric snakes swarmed everywhere. In the center of the pink miasma, there was a figure wrapped in the immortal energy of the thunder system. The pink miasma had no effect on it. He was directly knocked off the stage by a thunderstorm. The immortal weapon lost control and naturally fell down, and the pink miasma on the stage also disappeared. Only then did everyone see the scene on the stage clearly. The thunder light dissipated, revealing the figure of Chi Changjai. There is no fairy weapon in his hand. What does this mean? He didn't even shoot the fairy weapon, and he defeated the opponent. Chi Changjai waved his hand again, and the sound of jingle sounded, and saw the four needle-shaped fairy weapons revealing their original shapes. They were actually invisible fairy weapons. With this pink miasma, it was indeed a sneak attack weapon. The audience suddenly murmured. I didn't expect that the one who came to power was a cultivator of the thunder system. To say that the pink miasma can still play a role in other cultivators, but he ran into a nemesis. The Kong family was also greatly relieved. Time up.